we got to win. We got to win. And, really tell two halves. Played about as poorly as we could play in the first half. Didn't look fast, didn't look crisp, didn't look sharp. A lot of execution errors. Played with some good energy with defense early, and then we gave up big plays. And then really the whole thing was coming at halftime, and we had to hit a hard reset. Right? There was no yelling and screaming. There was no getting after people. I simply said to them, we have to take a deep breath, blow the first half out, and all that matters is us going out there to win the third quarter. Whether it's 2 possessions each, 3, it doesn't matter. Our whole objective was to go out and win the third quarter. We were able to do that. We won the third, and then brought them up in the middle, and then that was the next challenge. We have to win the fourth. Didn't mention anything about overtime, but obviously got to win that too. There's something I say pregame usually. I said it before the game today. I said, hard as we play, fast as we can play, as physical as we can play for 60 minutes, or as much as they let us. I think I'm going to stop saying that. But credit to Wake Forest and the job they're doing. I credit to our kids for not quitting. The one thing I'll say about this team, for 60 minutes and then some, there still was not one person that sideline didn't believe we were going to win the football game. Right? They were accountable to their mistakes and their actions early on, and they rallied, and Redwood put some strings of good plays and played good situational football there at the end.
Okay. Rod?
Were you surprised that Wake went for the 2-point play? And when you look at the analytics, is that something that the home team should do?
No, it has nothing to do with analytics. You have to go for 2 in the second one. I would have done the same thing. We were prepared to do the same thing. We were going to go for 2. That's why it's valuable to keep that timeout with you. So once they show their formation, you're playing timeout. Learned lessons on that one. But we were able to see the formation. Just about film study, I figured it was going to be a sprint out throwback.
When you decided to put it there with,
Can you raise our hands? Yes, Michael.
when you decided to put it there with 4 minutes to go, what were the factors you were considering there? What were the variables?
That was 4th and 10. That's a big one. The odds of that aren't very good. What are your choices? It's too far for a field goal. Right? It's 4th and 10. 4 minutes on the clock. Look, it started running under 4 a little bit, and it was the right decision. We had 2 timeouts remaining, and if we could get a stop, be able to use the timeouts, we were good. So, got them to 3rd down. They hit the big, the play, down the left side, defensive right side. Got them back to first, and we were able to, change it on them.
Kelly.
What kind of, the leadership qualities of Haynes there? He probably played his worst half of football in a long time. The whole offense looked out of phase, and to kind of rally the team and get it going in the second half and play well.
Yeah.
What does it say about him as a leader?
Well, it does. It says people believe in him. The kids believe in him. The coaches believe in him. We believe in him. I believe in him as a competitor. A lot of times, and look, you don't. When you're out of sync in the first half of football, right? It's either all on you, which we didn't execute at times, but they changed things up. Had 16 days prepared, had some good things. You could tell early on, we're looking one way and the boom's not there, and now we're having to, get like sprinkler back across the field, and I think it was, it was too late. So we made some adjustments at halftime on it, but just believe in Haynes to be able to get the job done. He did.
I think Georgia Tech football is maybe becoming synonymous with the 2-point conversion. How much time do you guys spend in the offseason defending them, working them, knowing a lot of the games will come down?
A lot.
How gratifying is it then to see it pay off in this sort of way?
Yeah.
Especially defensively?
Yeah, that's a big thing. It's when you look, everything you do is when you're preparing for the upcoming season and you're going back and you're correcting things from the year before, you're improving on things. A lot of it's guesstimates. Right? You're guessing kind of what to put your time and effort into. And it usually ends up being things that are that can big time affect the game, situational things, right? I mean, those 60-70% of the game, those normal down calls that you make, anybody can make those calls, right? It's the situational things that matter. It's experience in situations. We work those things every single day, guys. Every single day, we do numerous situational aspects of practice. So it becomes second nature. There's so many things you can't predict that are going to happen in a game, and you got to go when those things, you get in those situations, you got to rely back on your training and your preparation.
Anything else, Michael?
When their quarterback goes down and the backup comes in, I know he played and started last year. Did you have much information on him and what they might try to do with him?
Not a ton. I mean, we watched all the guys, especially at that position. You always try to gain as much info as you can. So when he comes in, hey, is he a runner? Is he a thrower? Is he good with the RPOs? Is he good with the deep shots? What it is, what's his rhythm? Try to have as much information as you can, but on a normal week, right, all time and effort, a majority of your time and effort really goes into who the starter is and defending him. But we had a bit of an idea.
Kelly?
You guys worked the ball on the outside well, the Rivers and Canyon, that seemed to really get the offense going. Was it, I guess, encouraging to finally see those plays click, because in the first half you got missing on some of those opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, it just we didn't get the run game going in the first half early on. And we're trying to establish the run, And look, I'm still a believer now in just because it's not successful in the first half doesn't mean it's not going to be successful in the second. I mean, body blows, those things accumulate over the course of time and over the course of a game. Guys start to wear down. The constant grind of it. So it does serve a purpose. But yeah, we've got to I expect us to be more like the second half when it comes to playing pitch and catch.
Anything else?
Yeah. Any rhyme or reason do you think why the guys came out maybe not crisp, not firing on all cylinders? That have to do with weight?
Look, we had a good week of preparation, good week of practice. If I had a magic 8 ball and I could predict that, golly, we'd all be eminently wealthy. So I don't know. Defense came out and played good early on. And offense, we just weren't in sync. We had some good runs on that first drive, and then we stalled out. But again, that's why you play a full 4 quarters and then some.
When you, look at the way the game started and finished, is it still frustrating that you guys are not maybe being consistent throughout a game? You haven't put together a complete game really yet this season for you guys.
I'm extremely excited we won the football game. Extremely excited we won the football game. We got 2 weeks now to deal with all those things. I'll tell you then.
Jeff, you want to wrap us up?
Yeah, just and on that point, finally coming up, that's a good spot. Yeah.
Yes. We got to recharge. We got to mentally get ourselves back ready to go. The physical part, yes, everyone thinks about the physical part, but the mental grind of it, as it starts to mount, as the season starts to mount. So, it could come at a better time. I'm very excited. Very, very fortunate we are as a team, but also really happy and excited that we're able to come out of this with a win to finish off that first part of the season. We're in the endurance phase now of the season. We're in that endurance phase. Everybody comes out the gate sprinting, right? The last third of the season, you see the finish line, right? But this middle part, that's the endurance phase. And endurance doesn't mean taking it easy. It doesn't mean coasting through it. Right? Endurance is that you're out in the middle of the ocean, you swim all the way out there, and now you turn around and it's just as far to go back, and you can't see either side. Right? That's endurance now, and we've got to have that for the next 4 or 5 weeks. Right? Then we get into that final sprint towards the end. So it was a big test of our identity as a football team today. We talked about that prior. I think all of us saw last night how quickly it can disappear. So it's a thing that again, proud of these guys for the way they played the second half, the way they finished the game.
Thank you, guys.
Thank y'all.
We'll get
Go
players in
Jackets.
here shortly.